There have been so many competitive Tekken tournaments that I'm even struggling to keep up. I don't know if you guys are all up to date, but I'm going to start revisiting some older tournaments just to get caught up, give some analysis on matches you may have missed, because while I've been competing and streaming and just training, I've been missing a bunch of these tournaments. So the first one I have for you is Dreamhack Summer. This took place in Sweden, and the top 8 was very cool, and we're going to do analyses on that. But I first want to hit a match that actually happened in pools to qualify for top 32. This is Cherry Berry Mango CBM on Jin against KaneAndTrench. If you haven't heard of KaneAndTrench, he is a Yoshimitsu player who has been playing since Tekken Tag 2 at a very, very high level. And what's fascinating about KaneAndTrench's gameplay is how he is more of a Tekken player on Yoshi than a Yoshi-pilled player. So what I mean by that is Yoshi often incentivizes people to just kind of mess around and troll, and it's hard to get to see if they really want to win or not. But KaneAndTrench visibly is playing Tekken, piloting Yoshi as the character, and that makes him really scary, because when he does decide to go crazy, you've had to get past all of the regular Tekken first and then get past the Yoshimitsu. So he's an absolute menace, and I want to talk about why his gameplay is so cool. I'm going to keep this pregame analysis really short. If you really, really don't want to see it, you can jump to the timestamp for the actual match. And as always, if you want to see the full match, I'll link the VOD below. My analysis will have a lot of pausing and rewinding and stuff like that. So you know how Jin works, so I put him at the bottom, right? He's just a hitbox demon. He has all these huge hitboxes, the forward 2 demon paw, the electric wind hook fist. He has just giant moves that he can put on the screen. Your job is to not die to them. His job is to put them out. And if you start trying to jab him and keep him out, he has down 4 and down 2 to go under like highs. So Jin in this game, very, very strong. Incredible punishment, incredible poking, and the ability to handle like classical Jin counterplay is so much easier for him in this game. But Yoshi, that's what this video is really about. It's about Yoshimitsu. So Yoshi is often downplayed by people who try to apply offense in a very straightforward, aggressive way. So running 3, running 4, or forward 4, a lot of like straight up running at you and attacking you. And in those circumstances, his hitboxes are linear. So you'll see actually CBM abuse this a lot. Because KaneAndTrench is more of an aggressive Tekken player who likes to interact a lot, CBM is able to find a lot of sidesteps. And that's because Yoshi isn't fully meant to be a straight aggression character. Instead, his strongest tools are mostly defensive. And the idea is that he plays on the fear of trying to hit him. Okay, so his spin is like an enhanced sidestep. If you haven't seen it, he spends HP. You're going to see KaneAndTrench do it a lot. He spends HP by spinning and burns literal permanent life. It's not like gray health. It's permanent life in order to get an enhanced sidestep. So it can beat like jab. Traditionally, if someone jabs you, they're like, or at +5, you can't sidestep it. But his spin can evade it at very high frame disadvantages. His flash is like his famous, infamous move that is a 6-frame interrupt. If you don't know Tekken, 10 frames is usually the fastest move characters have. Yoshi's one of the exceptions. When his sword is out, he has a 6-frame hitbox, that's the flash, but his no sword flash, when his sword is in his back, comes out in 8 frames. It's slower because it's actually a full launcher, whereas the regular flash is not. Unless he's in heat, and then it becomes a launcher. Full crouch down forward 4 is a low sweep where he ducks under highs. It's homing, so you can't sidestep it. It is launch punishable if they block it, but it's not an aggressive tool. It's meant to counter hit launch them. On top of that, his 1-1, just the jab string, when he has no sword, NSS is no sword stance. When he hits 1-1, it turns into a counter hit launcher on the second hit. It's just a knockdown if you hit the regular 1-1. And then, if that weren't enough, he has 2 15-frame launchers, his down forward 2, literally named basic uppercut in the move list, and up forward 3, a rising hop knee. Both of these moves have high evasion, so they're not true crushes where they turn off the hurt box of Yoshi, but he ducks under before he does the moves, and it can dodge a lot of highs. I haven't seen mids get dodged, but if it happened, I wouldn't be surprised. When you combine that with his insane combo damage and the 50-50 he gets on the wall between an unblockable low sweep and the ability to flip you over on the ground and make you guess again, Yoshi is a menace once he gets the first hit, and that's why he's not an aggressive character. He plays defensively, gets the first hit, and then steamrolls you. KaneAndTrench plays him a bit differently. We'll be going through a bunch of other Yoshi players as well. If you haven't seen it, by the way, Trizzy the Rapper versus Arslan Ash back at Combo Breaker. I haven't done a video on that, but that is a great example of defensive Yoshi play taken to the max. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that, but it's from the previous patch, so I wanted to focus on a more recent tournament and get caught up. Dreamhack Summer, CBM versus KaneAndTrench. Hailing from the UK, KaneAndTrench is. So, first match is on this ridiculous arena stage with the multiple explosive walls, but they've nerfed the damage. So it's more of a combo extender than a straight like kill tool. KaneAndTrench already playing like straight aggressive Tekken, right? Nothing insane, just down forward 1, jab, sidestep, down back 4, right? And then the down forward 2 is blocked. Sidestep 1 is another good Yoshimitsu counter hit launching tool. All of these are safe except the low, right? So he's putting out the big high value moves. CBM retaliates with Jin's forward 2. Very straightforward, very effective Tekken if you ask me. Not just like a lot of moving around, but they're playing Tekken 8, putting out their hitboxes and trying to gather information as they do that. 2-1-4 from Jin, down back 1, or down back 4 from Yoshi. Now you'll notice KaneAndTrench uses this low a lot. And Yoshi players might say it's -1, it's not that good. But remember that the whole thing is that it's scary to hit Yoshi, even if you have frame advantage. So because he can spin and dodge your offense, because he can flash you out of your slow offense, because he has a counter hit high evasive launcher, because he has 1-1, all of these tools make it so even though he's -1, it's a bit scary to try to hit him. So that's why here, this interaction occurs the way it does. So Yoshi does down back 4, and then he does a sidestep full crouch down forward 4, right? If you retaliate with a jab, if you delay your timing, this will beat both options. Going under the jab is 1, and then a delayed timing would get counter hit. So what does CBM do? He doesn't do either of those. He just immediately goes into down 2. Because he didn't delay his timing, he ended up counter hitting KaneAndTrench. And when Jin gets 1 hit, it becomes a nightmare. Like, he doesn't get the perfect wall combo there. Like, the wall splat was not good enough. But even without the wall combo, look at how much damage KaneAndTrench has taken. He's at half HP, not a lot of gray health to work with. Alright, Kin forward 2, homing option that heat engages. And he gets a nice whiff punish on the full crouch down forward 4. Look at how beautiful this is, right? This is a keep out tool, right? If Jin runs in and tries to electric or runs in forward 2s and it's a bad timing, he'll get blown up, right? So CBM stays back very patiently, finds a huge CD1 whiff punish, and he has to use CD1 because it's a mid, right? If he does electric, the high will go over. Insane wall damage. There's one more interaction. Heat smash, and then a simple down 4. So KaneAndTrench playing very interactive, but losing a few key interactions. Right? You'll like if we really rewind, like if you're looking at your own replays, you should look at like where you took the most damage. Probably a launcher is a good start. So where KaneAndTrench took his most damage was the counter hit down 2 because he delayed his timing, and then whiffing the full crouch down forward 4. So 2 launchers from Jin with the wall combos, enough to kill you. Few pokes obviously in between there. But yeah, delayed timing and a whiff, really ugly. And then once again, an electric. How did this electric hit? Forward 2. So Jin is minus, and he should have to defend. He plays a sidestep right, and KaneAndTrench just runs up, right? So now they're on the same timing. He spent his action sidestepping, and KaneAndTrench spent his action running up. So now they're basically equal, right? CBM immediately goes into electric wind hook fist, whereas KaneAndTrench played again another delayed timing. So if you look at it really carefully, forward 2, sidestep, run up. Now electric comes out immediately, but Kane stood still. And because Kane stood still, he wasted just enough time that his jab came out too slowly. Looking at it again, it looks like he almost backdashed, but I think he just stood up and like held back to block. And then with the jab coming out late, he gets counter hit launched. This is going to be a ton of damage. Jin gets 60% off that, maybe 55%, some chip damage, but he spins out of the wall. And this is, again, Yoshi's unique trait, makes him really, really hard to hit and pin down. He just spins out, not going to deal with any wall, back to the wall situations. 1-1 is blocked, but it's safe, so no big deal. CBM plays a low. Hell sweep. Stand up to block. Throw is broken. All right, so KaneAndTrench probably wants a heat engage. That would give him a big heal. Instead, I'm wrong. He goes into heat burst, losing the option to heal and getting sidewalk to the left. This is great movement from CBM. Look at this here. Right, so after this is patch 1.05. So heat bursts have reduced tracking, and in general, they wanted to make sidesteps better. Now, I don't know if this is a unique change here. I believe this is how it was before. But he's only +1. Because this was blocked. What's fascinating is it looks like Jin is pinned to the wall. Like, you wouldn't think he had room to sidewalk to the left. But he gets completely behind KaneAndTrench's 1-1.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Alright, standing 4 is blocked. All right, let's look at what KaneAndTrench did here. This is another interesting note, a notable Yoshimitsu play that's worth pointing out. So after the down back 4, again -1, CBM can rightfully take his turn, but he plays, KaneAndTrench plays sidestep down forward 2, right? So if CBM were to retaliate with like a 2-1 or like a multiple hit string, it's very likely Kane could have evaded it and then launched him. So CBM just plays a patient block. But now KaneAndTrench has made some adjustments. After the 1-1 hits, he does a slight sidestep, right? This is very, very minor, and their hitboxes are almost close to clashing. Right here, look. Baby sidestep, but KaneAndTrench is already moving forward, so by the time CBM does his electric, he gets counter hit. KaneAndTrench noticed that his delayed timing was too slow, so he played it slightly faster, and it made all the difference. Look at the damage on that combo. Okay, he goes in Indian stance and spins, but CBM floats him out. Not going to get a lot of return damage, but is going to heal a little bit. Dive kick. Spins out. Oh, unfortunate trade for KaneAndTrench. Very fortunate for CBM. This down forward 2 combo likely would have killed, right? So KaneAndTrench is reacting to CBM's forward movement, playing a timing read, but his down forward 2 is a little too slow. Heat burst from CBM, trying to maintain pressure. Good sidewalk on the forward 4. Right, this frame advantage, -1. KaneAndTrench is looking for probably a slower attack, maybe a down 2, something like that. But CBM just plays movement. So movement is still extremely valuable in this game. If you're just attacking without paying attention to that, it's very likely you'll die. I don't know what that rage art was. In my opinion, it could have been a forward 1+2 that he was looking for. Maybe just a misinput. We see some situations later in the set where KaneAndTrench seems to do moves where you would expect a forward or a down forward. So it could be an issue with his controller. Either way, that is a game, like that cost the game. That mistake was brutal. Next stage they go to is Descent to Subconscious. As you may know, 2 ground spikes will break the first floor, and then 1 ground spike will break the second floor. Yoshimitsu can do this with a few moves. His 1+2 throw is a key one. Now, this was wild to me. So, Jin does down forward 1-4. This is +10 ballerina spin, so you're usually forced to just block after. But KaneAndTrench goes for a spin and gets hit by the Demon Paw. Apparently, you can sidestep this right. So if he spun the other way, it might have worked. He might have gotten a whiff punish. Sidesteps the right, specifically after down forward 1-4. Now, what I like that KaneAndTrench is doing here is he's starting to put the sword away. In my opinion, when Yoshi puts the sword away, everything is 10 times scarier, with the flash becoming a launcher, 1-1 becoming a counter hit knockdown, or a counter hit launcher. His options are way scarier. So that single jab becomes a lot more threatening because you don't want to eat the second hit. There it is, 1-1. Knockdown, all permanent health. Oh, questionable match from KaneAndTrench here. After the down forward 2, he tries to do a quick mid poke, 12-frame mid, but eats the hook fist. Walls here, huge damage. It's like a 1 mix-up situation. 1+2 and chip. Down 4 is blocked, very well played. Forward 2 from Kin pushes away a little bit. Runs up in heat burst. I really like this choice. Like, you have to kind of get into heat, start making plays. Jin could have clipped him with the keep out hitbox, but CBM was playing it safe. However, back 2-1 winning. Did he try to heat smash? I think KaneAndTrench tried to heat smash here. No, he went into raw Dragonfly. Probably expecting CBM to respect the frame situation, but CBM has been outplaying him in almost every heat burst. Down forward. Okay, the camera change made this awkward, but if you look closely what happened, he opens with sidestep left. It dodges Yoshi's down forward 1. I really hate that they do this in the middle of the set because I want to see these micro movements. But that's a whiff punish. Sidestep, electric wind hook fist. And as you can tell, the damage is going to be crazy. Unfortunately, not the best wall combo, but he sidesteps the Fubuki knee. So KaneAndTrench loves this safe mid launcher. However, it is linear, and CBM is playing around it perfectly. For KaneAndTrench to stop that from happening, he probably has to play more of the full crouch low, the homing one. He has up forward 4, the avoiding the puddle. That's also a really good homing move. He can also just delay the Fubuki a bit, but delaying against Jin is a bit scary because of electric, right? So I think him playing jab, maybe more of the homing moves, makes more sense. He gets out of there. Forward 3. Nice. So I don't think this was a counter hit. But this is guaranteed. Oh, it looks like a combo. So that was guaranteed. I thought it was only guaranteed on counter hit. Chat can maybe correct me if needed. All right, this is key. This is crucial. This adjustment is really, really big. So he gets the windmill unblockable. 1-1. Survives the sidestep electric. He didn't make any play at all. Jin plays back forward 2-3. There's not a lot of counterplay here anymore. But CBM goes for the launch punishable mid, probably trying to evade a jab. This combo situation from Yoshimitsu, I lost the ability to speak for a second. This is really ugly. This is extremely ugly. Right? So you see, why is Yoshi just crouching here? If you've never seen Yoshi play before, he's crouching because there's an unblockable low sweep he's threatening right now. He's threatening the ability to launch off an unblockable low. Right? You can't hop kick in time here. Right? On the wake up situation. But KaneAndTrench plays it safe. He just goes for the while rising one. I'm not sure about that. In my opinion, I mean, it could have been a misinput, right? So it's the same one input. So maybe he tried to do it and, you know, messed up. But in my opinion, it's worth just playing that situation. All right, tries Fubuki knee again. One of his favorite moves. The wall backflip is also really good. 4-4-2. There it is. Fubuki knee finally hitting. Let's see why it hit this time. This is important. 2-1, right? Jin threatens the extension or he does nothing. Decent amount of frames, but he sidewalks to the left. And KaneAndTrench clearly had a read on this situation, right? 2-1 sidestep. You see Yoshi is running forward, right? To match the sidestep. So instead of doing an immediate forward, he slightly extends the dash. And because Jin hit a button, it extends his hurt box. So I think if CBM kept walking, he might have been able to evade that. But because he decided to hit a button as if he were whiff punishing, it got him clipped and counter hit launch. KaneAndTrench coming back from an ugly round here. 1-1. Checking the demon paw here is a very different play. I like this, right? CBM feasibly could have gone for another sidestep move. Maybe he picked this to beat like a slow sidestep. Sidestep 1 blocked, and then he plays low. 2 throws broken. This is, again, the Yoshi spin. Makes it a lot scarier to attack him if you can get whiff punished for things that normally don't happen. Sidestep 1. Demon Paw is completely whiffing, but no whiff punish. Just a plus frame situation. There's the sweep, the homing sweep we're looking for. Not the perfect whiff punish there. In fact, not a whiff punish at all. Just a bit out of range because he backdashed. Notice KaneAndTrench has slowed down a lot less of the poking we saw in game 1. And I think this is fine. He spun the wrong way again. Down forward 1-4, ballerina spin. He spins to the left and gets hit by the demon paw. Now Jin's in heat. This is a horrible situation. Good heat burst though. 1-1 counter hit launches. This is an absolute disaster. Jin plays sidestep left, but he's hitting sidestep button. Right? This is sidestep heat smash. He needed to just keep walking or block. But because KaneAndTrench hit 1-1 instead of just one jab, this is an absolute disaster waiting to happen. Look at CBM's HP. This is unbelievable. This is why Yoshi is so scary to attack into. Do you see what happened to his HP off of the 1-1 second hit counter hit? The safe 10 frame jab string with the extension. Suddenly the game is even. Heat smash, he's dead. So Yoshi is not at the strongest when he's aggressing. He's the strongest when he finds the counter hit. 4-4-3 does the spin. Nice. Now this was a great choice from CBM. And if you fight Yoshis, this is a good choice as well. On knockdown, on wake up, Yoshi might sometimes decide to go into Dragonfly Raw. Right? Raw Dragonfly just to mix you up. CBM plays sidewalk to the left. Now, Yoshi has the homing option in the forward 1+2, the spinning helicopter move. But the damage you take is not the end of the world. Clearly, KaneAndTrench wants to break the floor. You see it's purple. The next floor break will combo and go to the next level. So great choice, like a statistically high choice or a high percentage choice to choose to sidewalk instead of guessing mid or low. Then he gets the floor break himself, gets Yoshi's rear, does not get a strong punish on there, but sidestep electric. A Mishima's wet dream. Look at this. 2-1 whiffs, backdash, and KaneAndTrench is just charging straight in. Forward, 4. CBM just sees the forward movement, calm sidestep right, electric. And this is why, again, Yoshi is not necessarily the strongest at just initiating like that, right? It's very easy to move around his hitboxes. Full crouch down 4-4. Yes, he's adjusting to the sidesteps. Look at these move choices right away. Homing, full crouch down forward 4. Indian stance, this is a new change for 1.05, homing 3+4. Goes into Dragonfly, this low will probably hit before a sidestep can come out. It looked like Jin was trying to sidestep after eating the mid. Right? Tries to sidestep and then the low hits, right? This 1+2 throw would break the floor, so crucial break from CBM. Oh no, the flash finally happened, right? CBM hits a down 2. If you look up Jin's down 2, I have a frame data bot in my Discord. Please feel free to check that out. Jin down 2. Oh, I hit down 3. Just type Jin down 2. That is +4 on hit. So really, really strong frame advantage, right? So what does a Jin player normally do in this situation? Because you can frame trap even a down forward 1, right? So what does Jin try to do? He tries to play dash up jab, I believe. Just like a very innocuous option. He could have just dashed up and done nothing. He might have not even hit a button. Oh no, that looks like a forward 3. Yeah, I think he's playing a forward 3 or a jab or something. A reasonable choice at +4. But Yoshi just disrespects it, flashes, heat engages, all with permanent health, and then the forward 1+2 heat dashes into a kill. Everything went wrong in such a quick span of time, right? So the start of the round was nothing crazy. Homing. There was a counter hit. And then flash leads to the kill here. Because Jin was attacking with frame advantage. So when you watch people like Arslan Ash fighting Trizzy, they are concerned about eating these retaliation or like turnstile defensive moves. Because look at how catastrophic that was. Look at how catastrophic that was. And if you remember the previous round, where they were still on this upper floor, look at how catastrophic this is. KaneAndTrench is losing badly. What gets him back in the game? Heat burst, 1-1 counter hit, right? So Yoshi is scary because of what he can do to you, not because he's throwing hitboxes on the screen. In that sense, he and Jin are almost polar opposites in how they're piloting the neutral. In my opinion, an effective Yoshi is probably not just running and attacking. And you can see that CBM is killing KaneAndTrench for just running in and attacking. So, game 1, CBM runs over KaneAndTrench. Game 2, CBM is still winning a lot of situations, but Kane finds those robberies, right? And that's not a derogatory term. That's like literally what he's going for. So, let's see how game 3 plays out. Right, KaneAndTrench is looking for that down forward 2. I love to see that. It makes a lot of sense when somebody's trying to attack into you to just throw out this safe mid launcher. Okay, nice sidestep right here. Power crush is punished. Ducks the throw. That was cool. Forward 4. He's still insisting on the forward 4, despite dying for it many times. That's a really valuable thing too. Even if you're dying for your move, you don't have to stop doing it, right? Like, be reasonable, but yeah. What did he float him out of here? CBM was airborne. It might have been a dive kick. He did a running 3. He did a running 3 and KaneAndTrench found the float. And this is ugly. This is ugly. No wall, luckily. Big chip damage on the spin. Big chip damage on the spin again. Heat smash rage. Big heal. That's a really important heat engage here. You notice how slow CBM played this situation? He's no longer forcing like the up close fighting because of all that scary stuff that KaneAndTrench can do that will just kill him. So he backdashes and gives up all the wall pressure, right? Maybe he's looking for another whiffed full crouch down forward 4 that did win him around last time. But KaneAndTrench is out of the wall, and look at this. This is amazing. Spin to the left, heat smash, notices the heat smash whiffs, spins again. Does not get a launching whiff punish, unfortunately, but that was a high-intensity scramble situation. But the one throw is not broken. One hit to kill. Good block on the low. That was a really good low block. And he whiffed down 2. These guys are nervous. You can see the scramble. This is pools. This is right before top 32. This is like, usually, for a lot of the highest professionals, the tournament is not that hard, I think, this early. Yes, they're trying, of course. But I'm sure this is a stressful match for both of them. There we go. Homing forward 1+2. Homing again. Lots of chip damage. 1-2 jab interrupt. Big whiffs. Not the punish we're looking for, though. 2-1-4. KaneAndTrench. This is the Tekken defense I'm talking about. For being a Yoshi player, he has Tekken defense. Look at this. 2-1. Sidestep right to beat the 2-1-4. Small 2-2 punish. Puts the sword away. Tries to catch him. There's the counter hit. Full crouch down forward, but no conversion. What happened? Look at this. At this distance, instead of playing forward 4, Jin is running in and he does a jab? What does he do? In any case, he gets blown up. I think he just run up jab or run up 2-1-4. This full crouch down 4-4 counter hits. Very unfortunate drop, but spins out of the way. 2-1 in the back. Launch punish and a beautiful punish from KaneAndTrench. Now here's a horrible situation for Jin. He should just straight up be dead. Heat dash. Running 3. And suddenly 2-0. And suddenly 2-0, he stopped whiffing, he stopped eating the electrics, he's generating a lot of pressure, off of his turnstile and robbery threat. But his Tekken defense is also carrying here. And it's important to note that he's not throwing his life away with forward, forward, 4 anymore. So all of these small things are really adding up, but CBM is not out of it. You know, world-class player, how can he make the comeback? Big duck. That was huge too. That would have broken the floor, blown it up for a full combo. So again, high percentage duck here. And he gets to blow up the floor himself. Dive kick. But notice, I want to talk about the risk reward for Yoshi here, okay? So this throw is really important. And it's not just important for the damage he could get if it hits. It opens up the safe mid options, the heat engager, which is also a launcher in heat, if he spends the heat dash. So using this, in my opinion, is so important because your opponent will usually only get a float punish. It's almost like using slide on Law, Lee, well, not Lee because his is launch punchable, Law and Shaheen. If you look at the damage KaneAndTrench took, even with the wall explosion, like he could have gotten a wall combo, CBM could have, sure, but look at how much punishment he took for that. But now the opponent is incentivized to duck. It's a worthy sacrifice to get that pressure. And of course, if it just hits, then it's no big deal either. Oh, that was a cheeky attempt, but CBM was out of there. This is really important. So tech roll, stays in crouch, and because CBM whiffed, he's thinking, KaneAndTrench is thinking CBM is probably going to block. This is a Yoshimitsu player thing. It's like the other guy's probably going to block. He just whiffed. Let me just go for this. CBM backdash and Jin's single backdash covers a lot of distance, okay? So the single backdash gets out of the way. CBM actually ducks like on reaction because a lot of people will duck even though it's unblockable, just on instinct, okay? Luckily it whiffed, so he gets the while standing punish. But that was a very quick split-second decision-making exchange from both players, and it just happened to go out in CBM's favor because of Jin's backdash. And now this combo damage is disgusting. 1+2, not a homing move, but I do know it tends to have really good tracking, so that may be why the spin didn't work. Side step right, down back 4. There's the homing move. There's another homing move. That was really huge, but not the best capitalization. After this, by spinning out of the way, it also has backwards movement. So Jin's down 2 whiffed, but KaneAndTrench wasn't really looking for a whiff punish there and misses the launch. It doesn't even matter though. Sidestep 1 counter hit. How did this play out? We've seen down back 4 come out a lot. What did CBM do? He retaliated. He retaliated. After the down back 4 hit, -1. He's like, let me just take my frames. Look what happens when you take your frames. Sidestep. And because the string is 2 hits, counter hit launch. And this is a horrible, horrible situation to be in. Oh, he's playing Okazemi. Spin for chip damage. That's the thing. He could have gone for many options here. If you look at Trizzy the Rapper, he tends to just play the big damage 3-2-2. The yee-oh, you know. But instead, KaneAndTrench plays jab, down back 3-3. And I believe the mix-up here is he could go for the unblockable low if he wanted to. But instead, he plays the kin forward 1 for the chip, because his sword was already away. So it's a guaranteed damage, not giving away his intentions. This is new again to patch 1.05. He had this in Tekken 7. He goes into kin stance, a forward. This is fine. Down 1, but cancels into crouch. And CBM crouches in response. But stand blocks the while standing 4. Lots of fast plays. But you'll notice all of that was, I don't know if it was smoke and mirrors. But the while standing 4 lets Yoshi put his sword away now. So here, while standing 4's sword is gone. And that sets up this next interaction. 1-1 counter hit. But the wall combo drops. While standing 2, that is also catastrophic. If Yoshi needs any fix, it would probably be that. 1-2-1. Wake up situation. He does not duck the hell sweep, which is good because that was not... the mid would have killed him. Throws broken, avoiding the puddle to beat. And he sidesteps. He's out of there. What? This was probably a dash down forward 2 because it would have killed. He's out of there completely. He runs up, but he gets a forward 2. Likely a misinput. 1 throw. Broken this time. Heat smash from Jin. 2 throw broken. Forward dash nothing. I love this. I love this from KaneAndTrench. Even though he lost, remember that Fubuki knee was costing him everything. The forward 4. So instead of playing it here, kind of like an autopilot desperation, let me just kill him, he stays very composed. Forward dash nothing. Back dash. Forward dash, 4-4-3, right? So he's picking different options even in this intense situation. 4-4-2 clips him and he dies to the low. But that adjustment to not just auto pick the option is crazy. And notice, like, there's somebody in the chat pointed out a great comment. He would have won if he hit that wall combo, that if it didn't drop, right? So this is a man, I just got robbed kind of emotional state that most players would be in. Let's see how he adjusts. Forward 4 is coming right back. Full crouch down forward 4, homing. Extension catches him. That's new. So, you know, a lot of players will get caught by that. Forward 4 again. 3-1 wall combo. This was very well played. And here it is. The low unblockable sweep to kill. He saved it until the very end. I don't even know if CBM really forgot about it, but he really held that. So this extension is a little cheeky, but what was crazy here, forward, 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 block, and then he forward, forward, fours again, jumping over the down 2. And that's such a reasonable choice considering the fact that 1-1 just basically won him the game last time, right? It basically won him the game. So very reasonable for Jin to play down 2 and very reasonable for KaneAndTrench to play the forward, forward, 4. Right? The way he played before incentivized CBM to play attacking options to try to come back, right? That 1-1 is so annoying that if CBM can counter hit launch it, that would be a big deal. Not to mention the fact that KaneAndTrench in this round, right before the winning one, slowed down. Right? Look at how slow he's playing. He switches to like Trizzy the Rapper mode. Very, very slow. Not forcing interactions. Unfortunate misses here. Right? Not forcing the forward, forward, 4. Very composed. And then watch the switch in tempo. High speed. Right? Move. Move. Extension. Run in. Move. 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 Like he did not stop one time. Incredible play from KaneAndTrench. I'm a huge fan. If I pick up Yoshi, you better believe I'll be studying KaneAndTrench. I hope this was educational. If you're a Yoshi player, if you're not a Yoshi player, I hope it showed you how you can be effective fighting against this character, right? If you look at CBM in the early games, he was finding those sidewalk reads, right? He just probably didn't expect KaneAndTrench to triple down on the forward, forward, 4 at the very, very end, right? So this was great back and forth from both players. Initially, CBM playing extremely effectively against the Yoshi aggressive offense. KaneAndTrench slowing it down, finding a couple key robbery situations, especially in Game 2. Game 2, this was disgusting. This 1-1 counter hit it felt like the beginning of the end, right? He finds this robbery. CBM loses his entire life bar to like 2 interactions. And then in the next game, CBM loses it all again in the last round to a flash, right? Right here. Down 2 hits and he gets flashed. And I think these two circumstances put a lot more hesitation in the heart of CBM, right? It put more hesitation. It made him second guess like his flows. He was flowing. He was flowing so smoothly. And then when you look at these games, KaneAndTrench is able to find a bit more aggression, get a bit more like momentum going. And he just switched on and off at like what felt like the perfect pace. So I'm a big fan of this match. Tekken 8 still has a lot of interaction. Tekken 8 has a lot of dynamic play, you know, especially with the newest patches. You have so many more defensive options that it's a fighting game again. So much depth, so much skill being expressed. And as players get better at the game, we're going to see a lot more improvement. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Please leave a like if you did. Leave a comment if you got any questions. If I got something wrong, please let me know in the comments. If you got nothing to say, an emoji helps me a ton. And subscribe for more. Catch you in the next one. Peace.